So now that we're coming to the end of our unit on flight, you're going to have this opportunity to show what you know about flight with a video project using Explain Everything. In your small groups, you're going to use the slideshow from Google Classroom and the terminology that we've gone over about the forces of flight, and you're going to add your own commentary to one of the 3 videos from Discovery Education. I have shared these 3 video clips with you in Google Classroom, and they are actually going to need to be put in your Drive so that you can pull them into the app from Google Drive or save them to the camera roll on the device that you're working on. What I want you to do is I want you to watch each of the 3 videos before you decide on which one you're going to use for your video project. As with any project, you're going to want to do some planning before you get started. It's important to write out your script and be sure to include a title screen for your video. That should include a title for your video as well as your group members' names. You also want to make sure that your title page is visually appealing, so include some original artwork, or you can include some copyright-free artwork that relates to the topic at hand. From experience, we've learned that it's always better to pull content from Google Drive into Explain Everything rather than pushing the content from Google Drive directly into Explain Everything. Alternatively, you can save content from Google Drive to your camera roll of your iPad and then pull from that camera roll into Explain Everything once you're already in the app. Again, I'm going to remind you that pulling into Explain Everything works far better than pushing. You can save content from your Google Drive to your camera roll and then pull from the camera roll of your iPad into Explain Everything. Both will get the job. When you're writing your script to go along with the video, be sure to remember to use the terminology in the slideshow in Google Classroom. I'm looking for the scientific principles and your understanding of how those scientific principles of flight impact the actual plane in the air or a bird in the air. Be sure to use added pictures or annotations on the video or pointers, anything to clearly represent your understanding of each of the definitions of the forces that impact flight. Your video should conclude with 3 sentences that succinctly or clearly sum up your understanding of flight. So just to review the steps of this project, watch all the video clips that are available in Google Classroom. Make sure you drag them into your Google Drive. Also review the slideshow on flight that I've shared with you in Google Classroom. Plan your work before you get started. After you've decided on the video that your group wants to use, make sure you write your script and carefully map out how you are going to show what you know about the principles of flight. You can't simply read the slideshow and overlay it to the video. You really have to think about how you're going to represent what you understand about flight. Grab a set of headphones with a mic, find a quietish recording space, and get to work after all that planning is done so that you can begin the hard work of making your video. Be sure to edit for spelling, grammar, and punctuation, because remember, I'm not only assessing you for content, I'm also assessing you for conventions. And finally, once you're happy with your revised project, export it as a video to your Google Drive and attach it to the assignment in Google Classroom. Before you click that submit button, be certain to rename the movie file to the title of your video once you have it uploaded into Google Drive and before you submit the assignment in Google Classroom. Work together collaboratively and have a lot of fun with this project.